Hello and welcome to the ASMR Cliff podcast. Oh, it's even funnier because it's the second time we've had to try to do this. And now you knew it was coming and you still couldn't stop it.
I'm so mad.
The folks wanted.
No.
We ran a poll.
I know, and I'm so upset.
It was what, like 58% of people, I think, said yes.
Okay, yeah, but I don't get it.
Listen, here.
Wait, no, seriously, what's ASMR stand for?
It stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
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 So is that just whispering, or people just like eat food?
There's a bunch of different ways. It's just like sounds and like sights where you like that like relax you. And it's like a thing that you have or don't have. So like some people like don't get ASMR and some people do like get ASMR. It's like a weird thing. So yeah, like I get it. That's why I listen to it every night.
You listen to ASMR?
Every night. I know you know this.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Because you slept over my house like
but yeah, when I sleep over your house, when I sleep over people's places, I don't do it because like I don't bring headphones with me and it's not for everybody. So like,
wait, you just listen to like someone eat a peach?
No, I don't like the eating stuff. No. So there's like, it's just so like there are like a lot of people like tapping, like people like tap on shit.
Yeah.
And then there's like soft spoken stuff, whispering stuff, like people like that. What's like some other like really popular ones?
Hotel books.
Not hotel books.
Fuck hotel books.
No. Yeah, there and like, you know, like mouth sounds and like random shit like that. Yeah, like people
mouth sounds.
Yeah, not quite that, but something similar, like that.
That's eating.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I
apologize to the people that don't like that sound that I just did that to.
I definitely.
I don't like those though. No, I just like the soft spoken stuff and the whispering stuff because it's just like kind of relaxing and like, you know, I like sound playing while I'm trying to sleep and like I got past the point where I wanted to like play like Friends like right next to my bed.
Yeah.
So like because I have it on my laptop, so like it's like right next to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, well, I need something that's like calm and soft where I'm not distracted by like the laugh track or like if it's like especially with Friends because that was what I used to fall asleep to all the time, but I know all the episodes, so like I'm like waiting for the jokes. I'm like reciting them and shit, so it like didn't work. So then I started, and I think I was a senior in high school and somebody like recommended me ASMR because I was like up at like 3 a.m. and I was like, what the fuck can I sleep? And then somebody tweeted me a couple of links to like some videos to get me started on like listening to them. And the first couple I like wasn't sure about. I was like, I don't really know like if this is for me, but then like they sent me a couple more. And it worked. And I was like, oh, like this is like pretty cool. Yeah, I have a YouTube playlist with like 30 videos on it that are like, it's called like ASMR faves, and it's like what I fall asleep to every night.
All right.
Yeah.
No, not me.
That's the thing about me.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I thought I knew everything.
I really thought you knew.
You know. Well, I guess if you don't listen to it around me, I wouldn't know. I don't sleep with you without you knowing.
Right. Well, and I tweet about it like occasionally, very, very occasionally.
I always thought you were sarcastic when you tweeted it.
No.
But, you know, I don't keep up with your tweets.
Yeah. So. I mean, I make fun of it sometimes on Twitter because I know that, like, some people think it's a little goofy. And, like, there are some ridiculous ASMR, like, ideas that people do. Like, so I'll make fun of that because, like, a lot of people will do, like shaving your beard videos where, like, they're, like, role-playing that they're shaving your face or whatever. And so I like, made a tweet once where it was, like, ASMR shaving gone wrong, like blood curdling, slicing your neck, apologizing, like dabbing your blood, like shit like that.
Sweeney Todd.
Because there are literally there's ASMR videos that are like ASMR kidnapping you, like ASMR crazy boyfriend, and like I think that I've never watched them because like that there's no fucking way that would be some shit that I would want to like listen to try to fall asleep. But like I'm sure that some of them are comedy, like that are.
I'm sure they're all
Because I mean, there's even one that's in my playlist that is from one of my like favorite like ASMR YouTubers, and it's like you're like going through a random screening at security at an airport, and she's just like confiscating items from you for like the pettiest reasons, and it's totally meant to be like a comedic thing, but then she's also like just doing the ASMR stuff like in the meantime. But she was like, This belt buckle, yeah, no. If you had worn like a flat belt buckle, but this has like 2 little spikes on it, so it's a health hazard. So I'm gonna have to confiscate this. I understand your frustration. If you want to make a complaint, you can do that online. Like just totally being like a dick to the person, and like it's totally meant to just be funny and that. Like so, there are some like that.
You fall asleep to people like getting their belts confiscated. I don't get it.
You follow? Yeah.
I don't get it. See, I like meditation. Like I'll meditate.
There's guided meditations. Yeah.
But like meditation's not like ASMR. Is it?
It is.
It is?
Yeah. So here, you like Bob Ross, right?
Oh yeah.
That's ASMR.
Oh.
If it relaxes you and like makes you feel like really like, ooh, that's ASMR.
Oh, I thought it was just weird.
No, it's anything.
But Bob Ross is never like, we're gonna paint a belt and then we're gonna take it away.
No, but think about it. He talks really softly.
Yeah, but that's just how he is.
Right.
So
Exactly.
you're telling me ASMR people are just naturally like the
Sometimes.
Bob Rosses of the world?
Yeah. I mean, like, or at least that's what they do for like their,
See,
for their
I've fallen
stuff.
asleep to Bob Ross, but like,
Yeah. That was my like original. I guess
like he wakes me up every time he beats the devil out of me.
You beat the devil out of it. I'm awake.
Yeah, I'm up here.
I used to listen to he had like this hour-long special episode that he did.
Oh yeah.
It was like the something of winter or something like that.
Oh yeah, the scenes of winter.
The scenes of winter, maybe.
I think it was
something like that. It was like an hour-long special, and it was the most relaxing one. Yeah. Listening to him like just like list off colors that they're gonna use. I was like, oh, phthalo blue. Yeah.
Phthalo blue, titanium white.
Oh, titanium white.
All right, so you just saw me almost laugh because this is our second time trying to do the ASMR intro.
Yeah.
And the first time we were joking about being sponsored by Dollar Shave Club.
Yeah.
And like
I said, doing like, this video is sponsored by butt wipes. Yeah.
But like, and then I made the joke about shaving your gooch.
Yeah.
Like shaving your gooch ASMR.
Okay, we're just gonna make contact with the gooch now.
Just Sid. So my fiance is in the background tonight doing an assignment she got assigned three days ago. But
she really liked that.
Good segue coming up, ready?
Yeah.
If you heard that sound in the background, it's probably because our new microphone.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we got a new microphone, which for the people that are consistent listeners, you probably already know that because I've been posting about it and all that stuff. Because it's really cool to like just have like a better piece of equipment. Like we've been using your phone for the first 4 weeks, and it sounded like fine.
Yeah.
Except for the people
now, it feels professional.
Yeah, and like for the people who are like audio like people, like my buddy Josh. He had I think he listened to just like maybe one episode, and we were talking about it the other night because he like does sound engineering like as like his profession, and so we were talking about it because I had posted about like wanting to do voiceover work, and he was like, oh, like I can recommend you some good mics like for the future when you have like more money if you're gonna up your game or whatever. And I was like, yeah, right now we have like a Yeti and this and that and blah blah. And I was like. And he was like, oh, well, I'm excited to see what you do. I really got to listen to more of your podcast. I was like, yeah, I'm stoked to do this with the new mic because like we've been just using Dante's iPhone for like the first couple of episodes. And he was like, yeah, that shit did kind of sound like it was recorded by R2 himself. And I was like, damn.
Okay, but all the audio nerds are like that because even Connor.
I know. That's why I knew you because Connor said the same thing to you.
Connor, when I worked at Walmart, he goes, there's a little bit of an echo. And I was like, get out of here.
But, that's why, but like the people who like know sound really well are the people who have noticed that, and that's fine because like we were using a fucking iPhone and sitting in your bedroom, and now we're still not soundproof, so there's going to be like probably some sort of like echo.
Yeah,
but I mean, at least the sound quality is going to be better.
No, definitely.
So I'm pumped about that.
So yeah. Yeah, no. So now we're not doing ASMR.
Okay. Well, so here, I said this in the first take that we did. And when we get to enough views that we're able to do a sponsored segment, the segment has to be ASMR.
The ad segment has to be ASMR. The rest of the podcast has to be normal.
Fine. Compromise.
Wow, that was easy.
Yeah.
Cool.
Imagine if we did that every time.
Compromised?
Yeah. Like for the last like 4 years.
Oh, we would have it my way.
Oh my God.
every day. That's just how we run.
I actually thought you were mad at me on Saturday before King's wedding, like the night before.
Why?
I don't know. I was
What
texting.
happened?
I was texting you, and I don't know. Like you were doing that thing you do. Like
what happened on Saturday? Now we're both going through our phones.
Yeah.
I'm concerned.
I think it was just me being stupid.
Probably. But
where is it?
let's be real
Let me
about
find the pictures.
Wait, Wednesday?
It was Saturday. It was on Saturday.
Okay.
Um.
Oh my. All right. Load. Is this after you sent me? Oh wait, hold on. Never mind.
It's like
Tuesday.
we interrupt our podcast to scroll through our phones to continue the podcast afterwards. Jesus,
I can't not Wednesday, Tuesday.
That's
I feel like I skipped a week.
Wednesday,
Tuesday.
Oh, here it is.
Okay.
Oh, it's because you were busy. Remember, you were running errands that day.
Oh yeah.
And then, well, first of all, and I know that we ended up figuring this out, but I thought you were at like that trampoline park because like Facebook checked you into the trampoline park when you were like, I've been busy running errands all day. But like your texts were just like dry, and then like you were like, sorry, I've been running errands all day, and I was like, oh, you're good, yeah. Like,
no, I woke up at 7 in the
fucking
morning.
Trampoline park.
I woke up at 7 in the morning that day. And I didn't get back until 9:30 at night. It was a whole 14 and a half hour day of essentially literally running errands. One of the errands did consist of going to a bookstore for Sydney.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Well, and then I was also, that was like the last day of the Playwright Festival. Mm-hmm. So then like I was like running around doing stuff, but I was like trying to like find time. And then like I would like look at my phone and you'd be like, sorry, errands. And then like I was like, the fuck is going on
for
here?
The first couple, it was Sydney's fault because you texted me, you said, hey, what's the plan for tomorrow?
So she was texting back.
And she read the message. And I said, all right, text him this. And then she got distracted, I guess, because maybe a dog drove by.
Probably.
And for the next 4 hours, I looked at my phone finally and I said, oh, you never replied. And she goes, whoops.
That too, because of the long reply time, I was like, huh.
You know me.
We're usually on top of this. Like,
my reply game is strong.
It was strange. It was very strange. And then I was like, well, I'm going to see him tomorrow. And like, if he acts weird at the fucking wedding, then I'll just fucking fight him. Like, I don't care. Yeah. Oh, okay. With that being said, fucking congratulations to the Kings.
Oh yes, Cassandra and Walter.
Yeah. We went to a wedding for one of our old managers at Sonic. He got married on Sunday, and it was beautiful. And I'm super happy for both of them, especially for King, since I've I go like 5 years back with him almost now.
Yeah. He grew up a lot. He grew up, but at the same time
hasn't changed
a bit.
Yeah,
I was happy to see.
Yeah, because I mean, like, well, the parts that like needed growth were there.
Yeah.
But like he still is the same old dude. I think I told you when I was like getting to the venue, he was outside with like the ring boy, and I guess his dad I think was out there with him. And so I'm walking towards them because I'm like, okay, cool, that's like where I need to enter, which was wrong.
I made the same mistake.
Right. And thank God he was out there to tell me, because otherwise I would have walked in a circle. But so I was like walking towards that door because I saw them there. And as I'm walking up, he goes, I don't remember what the kid's name was, so I'm going to just make up a name. But he was like, Josh, I'm not kidding, man. Keep that up. Like really serious about me, like making the ring boy, who is like 5 years old.
Oh yeah.
Keep the ring like in the pillow, like super up high. And then I heard them while they were taking the pictures after the ceremony, and he was like, Josh, excellent work, man. Perfect execution. Like really like gassing him up, but like with like King talk where he's like very verbose. Yeah. And I was like, this kid's 5 years old and has no fucking idea if he's being complimented right now.
Not a clue.
No.
But my favorite part about the wedding was after they got married, then they walked off to Jurassic Park, the theme song.
Yeah.
That was my favorite part.
Absolutely.
I'm a Jurassic Park fan. But I thought I was a Jurassic Park fan, but King's like,
King's
a Jurassic Park fan, like I'm a Harry Potter fan, which you would never know.
Yeah.
But I remember when Jurassic World came out, and I was like, yo, Jurassic World was awesome. And he was like, did you catch the Easter egg from Jurassic Park in the Jurassic World? I go, no. He goes, then you're not a fucking fan. So I was like, oh,
wow.
Okay.
Well, I have a favorite part of the wedding too. It was actually at the reception afterwards.
Okay.
And they were about to do toasts.
Yes.
They were about to do toasts, and King walks by our table specifically because me, you, and Sydney were sitting at our own table, and so he walks specifically just past our table that's off to the side and goes, if you try to embarrass me even a little bit when the microphones come out, I swear to God I'll stab you in the fucking neck.
Which again is the most King. He grew up but in all the right places.
Yeah, like where he will still threaten to fucking kill you.
He was strapped at his wedding, which was the funniest part. When he had to like fix his wife's shoe and he bent over, there was a knife, and I go, he could kill me at any moment.
Like he wasn't kidding. He would have stabbed you in the fucking neck.
Yeah. And so when he said, I'll stab you in the fucking neck, I said, you're not joking.
How many times did he almost kill you at Sonic?
Twice that I remember.
Yeah.
I was holding a bag of ice near my head, and he whipped his knife out and stabbed me 3 inches from my cheek. He stabbed like the bag of ice, and he goes, what's up? And I go, no.
And then there was the time that he thought you were talking about his mom.
Yes, I said that your mom was an English teacher,
and he
got
heard
in my he heard your mom.
Yeah,
and that was it. And he got in my face, and he was like, "If you ever talk about my fucking mother again, I swear to God, I'll fucking kill you." And I said, "Okay."
And then it took like me and several others to be like, "King, he was saying that your mom is an English teacher."
And then he came, and then we give him shit for it to this day.
And he was like, "My
Except
bad."
We couldn't give him shit for it at the wedding because, unfortunately, rest in peace to King's mom. She passed away a few days before his wedding in March, so they had to reschedule.
Right.
We won't spend much time on that because we don't know much about her besides her profession.
And that that he loved her to death. And she was clearly a great woman.
Yeah, no, he adored her.
Yeah.
Like King didn't adore a lot of people.
No.
But when he talked about his mom,
he adored us.
You could we're his sons.
We're the only people from Sonic that were invited to his wedding.
Oh, definitely.
Which is hilarious.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You want to talk about the shit week before the wedding though? Or do you want to just talk about all the good stuff?
No, let's do the shit stuff. So, oh my God, where do we fucking start?
Well, let's start with the thing that started it all. We bought a new mic.
Yeah, so we woke up after. Was that the first time you had slept over?
Yes.
So this was the first sleepover that you've had at my house in like 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And we like watched Nailed It until like 3 a.m. and are like,
I rewatched that episode with the kids I'm watching.
Yeah,
the Asian guy is funnier the second time.
Yeah,
than he is the first.
I believe it. But like we're watching the new season of Nailed It, and it's fucking hilarious. And then we like wake up the next day, and we're like, cool, we're gonna go buy this new microphone, which we are now speaking into. So that part clearly went well. I mean, it was on clearance, so we saved ourselves like $80, and it was awesome. We were super excited to go home and mess around with it, but like I had to go and get my oil changed first because I was like 1,000 miles overdue on it, which is not a big deal.
No, but you should have stayed 1,000 miles overdue.
Should have just let it continue. So I go to the place. Well, it was a different location, but the same like company that my dad always goes to for oil changes. And he did my last one. And I've only ever been present for an oil change, like a couple of times. But we always, like when I've done it, I've gone to like the Nissan dealer, I think, and just kind of been like, hey, while you're doing this other thing, can you change my oil? And then my dad like pays for it because, you know, he was like looking out for me or whatever because I've been younger. But I was like, you know, I'm going to go and take care of this myself because, you know, it's time to fucking be an adult. Like I'm, you know, it's whatever. And I don't know shit about adulting. We talk about this a lot. I don't know a damn thing, especially when it comes to cars. I don't fucking know anything.
And the guy who did your oil change knew that?
Totally
and
knew
I'm still
that.
convinced that he tried to screw you over.
Oh, I think so. Because, and my dad did say that he might have, so to explain what's going on, so I was expecting like a $30 to $40 oil change. Cause you know, I'm like, okay, like I know that an oil change is around that much usually. And we get there and the guy is like, okay, do you want me to do the mobile oil again or mobile, however you fucking say that brand name? Mobile? There's no E at the end. That one, you know the one.
Yeah.
And he was like, you want me to do the same oil as last time? And my dad did it last time. So like, he wouldn't fucking steer me wrong. My car has been working fine. So I'm like, yeah, that's great. My dad had texted me and been like, tell him not to give you the synthetic expensive oil. I had already told him to do whatever, and he had already been like doing it by this point. And so like, I'm like, okay, I don't think I did. I told him to do what you did like last time. And like and my dad was like, okay, like that should be fine. And he hands me the bill and it's $75. And I was like, he's already done it and I've already paid for it. Like he gave me the receipt after he gave me my card.
He still should have told you the total first.
Absolutely. That's where I know that he screwed me because I didn't know shit.
Yeah.
Because he waited and didn't tell me how much it was going to cost until he had already run my card and was handing me my receipt. So I was like really confused. It didn't say that it didn't say on the receipt that it was like expensive synthetic oil or like any of that. It just said like the type of oil that they were using. And I don't know the fucking difference. So I'm like, whatever. So I call my dad and I'm like frustrated about it. And like my dad and I definitely had a big miscommunication there because he thought I was like yelling at him and mad at him. What it was that I was really frustrated that I had just spent $75 when I was expecting to spend half that. And I was hoping that he would be able to give me an answer. But I was also just pissed because I was like, what the hell? And again, since I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing, like, I'm like, okay, well, I'm out $75 and there's not much I can really do about it. And I, at that point, didn't have a job. And I was like, doing this drive to Atlanta every day for an unpaid internship. And I'm like, fuck, man, like, this is ridiculous. I just don't have money to be doing this right now and dealing with this. And my dad thought that I was like mad at him. So then he got frustrated with me. And then like we got into it a little bit. And then we figured that out later that night. So that all ended up being okay, which is good.
Glad to hear because, yeah, no, I mean, I was there. So obviously I heard all of it.
Yeah.
No, I think your mom was also trying to play the good guy.
She was. She was trying to play peacemaker for sure.
But at least it worked out. I mean, you and your dad never fight that much anyway. So.
No, not anymore. No, so it ended up being fine. And I honestly wish that being out $75 instead of $40 had been the end of my financial day. I really, really fucking do.
Yeah, because that was no big deal.
Because we woke up that day and we went to Sonic to get lunch. And we were like, Kobe, we have no money, feed us. And he did. And then we went to Walmart, we bought the mic, and we were like, cool, let's go get my oil changed. And we turned the car on, and for some reason this time, the AC isn't working. It had not been giving us any problem. It hadn't been showing any signs of giving me any problems at all. Like, no warnings.
It went from 60 to 0. It didn't go from like 60 to 40 to 40
No,
to
like
20.
It just immediately was like, I'm not going to work anymore.
Yeah.
And it was blowing straight up hot air into my car. It was like 95 degrees. So I'm stressing the fuck out. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So when we go to get my oil change, I ask him if he can like fill up my coolant, or not my coolant, my Freon.
You said coolant.
I said coolant. I meant Freon. Again, don't know shit. But I was like, hey, and I was like, hey, my AC is not working. Can you like look at that? He was like, oh, I don't do that here. Like, I was like, okay, so what the fuck is going on? Like,
yeah.
And then so my dad's like, well, go to the Nissan dealer and see if they can like squeeze you in right now. Luckily, no other cars were there, so it didn't end up taking like the rest of the day or anything. I mean, it did, but like it's not like they ended up not even getting to my car. They got right on it.
Mm-hmm.
But they run like diagnostics or whatever, which is already going to be another $135. And I'm like, holy shit, this has turned into a $200 day when it's supposed to be $40.
So you thought.
So I thought. And boy, do I once again wish that had been the fucking end of it. They run the diagnostic, and then they find out that my AC compressor is busted. Don't know why, just decided that it was done. 90,000 miles, had this car for like, what? My mom bought it in 2009.
It's a 2009.
It's a 2010. So
it's a 2010.
It's a 2010. So I think she bought it in either, I don't know. We've had the car for like almost a decade. And, now is the time that it's going to start doing this. That fix, $880 for the part, $484 for labor.
So I still don't understand. Like, someone needs to explain to me labor, because don't mechanics make like $30 an hour?
Yeah.
So why do I have to pay them an extra $480 to do the job that they get paid $30 an hour to do?
Exactly, because I know that I was not the only fucking customer. So like, it's not like I was paying their entire wage for the goddamn day.
No, because
like
the other 20 cars that were in the shop, $500 per labor. Like,
yeah, it just makes no sense to me, man. It really doesn't. So I ended up being out $1,364 on that alone. Which my parents were nice enough to, at least on the spot, pay for it for me, because I just don't have that kind of money to pay for it on the spot. But I did end up having to go and get my job back at Sonic and start paying it off, because I don't have any other income right now. My job that's with a theater company in July doesn't start until July. So, and that's paid, but that's $1,400 for the month. And that would be just strictly paying off what I owe my parents,
essentially,
and not, like accounting for any other amount of money I spent for the next little while.
Yeah, no food, no gas. You can't do anything.
Can't do jack shit. So that was rough.
A few shout outs though. Shout out to Sonic for just being.
Shout out to Kobe and all the people at Sonic
for just being accommodating.
Always.
They've accommodated us since we were 18. Or
16.
You younger, but 16. Me 18 and up. They've always been good.
Shout out to Pinecone.
Shout out to Nicholas Pinecone
for picking us up from the dealer, because I needed to get to Sonic to talk to Kobe about getting my job back before he left for the day. We were cutting it really close, but he came and bailed us out and took us over there. So that was greatly appreciated.
Yep.
And
that's the end of our shout.
Well, and shout out to my parents for
that was the other one. Yeah, shout out to your parents for just being awesome,
for taking care of that for me, like at least in the moment, and being able to talk to me about it and like kind of like help me understand like this is shit that happens in life and blah blah blah. Which it's just frustrating because I'm not at a point in my life where I just have $1,400 because I don't have a steady job and I'm in college, and like these are things that I know I'm gonna have to deal with on my own very soon. But these are things that I am not ready to do right now, but they're happening right now.
Oh, it always happens like that.
Exactly.
I paid off my entire credit card after paying for like $25,000 or $2,500 off my credit card for like 2.5 years straight. Finally got it off. Immediately needed to put $600 on it. It's just how it goes.
Yeah.
Last year happened to me too. I had gotten oil change.
Yep.
Then I needed 4 new tires.
Yeah.
And then I needed a control arm. And then I needed this. And mine was about $1,400, just like yours was. And it fucking sucks. But you have to do it.
Exactly.
But
it's so I guess the moral of both of our stories is don't ever go get a fucking oil change.
Yeah, just let your car die.
Don't ever get an oil change.
I've let my car not get an oil change 3 times. I've never suffered.
No, I mean that was a really shitty day. And it started out so fucking good too. Like, like because the night before was fun, and then getting the mic, we were so fucking excited for that. Like, of course.
But while you were having a shit week, I was having a great one. so that's cool. No, I really don't remember anything that bad that happened to me that week.
Oh, I totally forgot. There was one more part. I told you I was gonna tell you about one more part of that story from the day at the dealership that I had not gotten to tell you about that I was gonna save for this. So you drove me back to the dealer, right?
Yes.
Yes, you drove me back to the dealer, and I went in there to pay.
Yes.
And my card, my parents put the money on my card initially. It declined because of like a fraud protective thing.
Yeah, too much money.
Yeah. And so I was like, Mom, it's declining. Like, what the fuck do I do now? And so they take the money back out of my account and they just give me like their credit card number so I can like just manually punch it in. Yeah. And then it's all sorted. It's but as I'm like paying, I mean, I must have looked fucking miserable. And the lady's like, she sees people like looking like this and spending this amount of money all day. So it's not like she's new to this. But so I'm like kind of just trying to like cheer kind of myself up and just let her know like, hey, I'm not mad at you. Like, I'm just, it's where you work. And I was like, man, this sucks. Like, I went out just to get an oil change today, and like it went from like a $40 thing to like a $1,400 thing. And she was like, and she said something to me that she went, well, I guess, you'll know for the future to be more careful.
Yeah, I drained my oil and then I wrecked my AC compressor.
Right.
Thank you, Karen.
And I think that she could tell by the way that I because I didn't say anything or do anything. I kind of like flinched really hard because I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And she went, oh, well, I mean, I'm sure, like, I guess she like didn't think about like what my actual like thing was at first. So then she like saw what it was and she was like, but I mean, I'm sure that it wasn't anything that you did. Like, cars do this. And I was like, yeah, good fucking save. Like,
thanks, Karen. No, but between what Karen said, just giving her a name, and between what your parents said, those are the two things that piss you off. It was like,
that's life and welcome
be
to more
adulthood.
Careful. Yeah.
Welcome to adulthood. Be more careful.
Be more careful when it wasn't something that like could involve being more careful. Because like that car was
not
like
you ran over a curb and then your AC compressor fell out.
No, like we had like a normal morning and then like it just happened.
I don't even know if AC compressors can fall out.
I don't fucking know. I don't know. You're asking the wrong person.
No, I've been a man recently though.
Well, we'll talk about that in the next bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotta wrap up.
So for just to be transparent here, when we were doing this on Dante's iPhone, when you're on mobile with Anchor, you can do hour-long segments uninterrupted. On the computer, you can only do 30 minutes, and with this mic being a USB mic, we have to use the computer for it. So we're pushing 30 minutes right now. So we're going to take a break. And I think that when we come back, we're going to make our announcement.
Yes.
Yeah. We are going to announce our first ever guest on the Cliff podcast. And I'm super fucking excited about this. I know you are too.
No, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, really, really good. So we'll come back with that and with some other shit that's been going on.
Yeah.
Cool. Hello and welcome back.
Part 2, take 3.
Part 2, take 3 for a multitude of reasons.
This is getting out of hand.
Oh no, we couldn't get through the first bit. We can't get through the second bit. Ugh, whatever. I don't even want to make the joke that I was making to announce this anymore. I want to think of a different way to do it.
We have our first guest.
Let's just cut to the chase. We have our first guest coming on the cliff. The first ever guest on the podcast is going to be on episode 7, which comes out in 2 weeks, the June 22nd episode, and it is in celebration of their band's release, their full-length release.
Die on Mars.
The Callous Daoboys. Carson Pace, their vocalist, is coming on the show and is going to be talking to us about Die on Mars and about anything else that really comes up. Got a lot going on. The Callous Daoboys are fucking busy right now. Like, there's a lot of shows that they've booked and like a lot of shows that they are doing up and down the East Coast. I think I just saw yesterday on their Instagram that they're playing a Long Island show. They're opening for Jerome's Dream, which is like a pretty big emo scene band, like on the level of like Norma Jean.
Sweet.
Yeah, like it's crazy. They're really blowing up. They're an incredibly talented group of people. They're very nice. I've seen them a couple of times before, dating back to like 2016. So I'm super fucking stoked to see what they're gonna do with this new album. To my friends who are local and to your friends who are local, to like the Atlanta area, the Daoboys do have quite a few shows coming up in this area. Including one with 10th Row on the 22nd, which is a Saturday. It's like the day after the album comes out. It's the day that this episode with Carson's going to come out. So I would definitely recommend going out to that show. But yeah, that's going to be our first guest. Super fucking stoked to have you on, Carson. We'll see you soon to do that. So let's jump back in.
Okay.
So where we left off was you were talking about being a man.
I was being a man, yeah. Flashback to episode 1 where we were not men.
Not men. Still not men.
No, not even close.
Not that we're men.
But since then, I have renovated an entire bathroom. I have installed a toilet seat.
Yeah.
A seat, not a toilet.
Yeah, just the seat. Well, okay. So like, was it just like a regular porcelain seat, or was it like a cushy like?
No, it was a wooden seat.
Ugh.
I was skeptical.
You're gonna get ass splinters.
No. I did the white woman thing where I open it in the aisle and check it.
Yeah, make sure. Yeah.
No.
Excuse me.
Yeah, excuse me. This doesn't feel.
This feels like I'm gonna get a splinter on my ass.
Bring it to the manager. Be like, this was opened in the aisle. I have no idea what happened.
I just saw it out and I really wanted it, but it looks like I'm gonna get ass splinters.
Oh, and there's an ass print on it. I accidentally sat on. Like I'm in the aisle
like
on the security camera, like shaking my ass on it. Like, oh.
They've been watching you the whole time, and they're like, "We watched you make the conscious decision to tear open the box,
pull your pants
down, and in the aisle, and put your ass on that toilet seat."
Yeah.
And you're gonna tell me that this was just out, and you just fell on it with your ass somehow out in the open? Sure. Customer's always right.
That sentence has no truth behind it.
No.
At all.
No, customer is actually never right. No. Also, the way that we just handle that, and the whole customer is always right energy actually just reminds me of that John Mulaney bit about the homeless guy. Being like, this young man bit my dick. Now, John Mulaney, did you bite this nice man's dick? Doesn't anybody want to know why his dick was near my biters?
No,
same energy.
That bit is fantastic. But no, same energy. I've never met a customer that thought they were right.
That was actually right.
Yeah.
No,
it was really bad. But going back on track, the toilet seat is comfortable.
Okay, good.
Wood is the way to go.
Okay.
But yeah, since then I've taken apart tables, chairs. I've used power tools, taken apart bookshelves. I have tied stuff to the top of my car.
That's dangerous.
I did it successfully by myself for the first time ever. And
so there's like a method, right? Like you have to do this a certain way, I'm assuming, because like if you don't do it right, obviously things are gonna go fucking south.
I failed Boy Scouts, like the tying knots part. So what I did was I just wrapped as much rope around it, and then instead of tying a knot, I just stuck the rope in my door and closed it. Because the only knots I know how to do are the little shoe tying. Yeah. And I'm not going 60 down the highway with a bookshelf getting held by a single knot. So I slammed my door.
Getting held by the loop-de-loop and pull.
Yeah. No. So I did that. I tried to change my headlight in my car.
Did it work?
No.
No, of course not.
No. I'm still tier 1 man.
Yeah, this is
anything regarding a car is tier 2.
You have to buy the $60 season pass upgrade to be able to change
Sydney,
the headlight.
My fiance, she's a tier 2 man. She knows way more about a car
Good for you,
than I could ever know.
I don't know shit.
But no, I'm marrying a tier 2 man.
Congratulations. That's awesome. Shut up.
Stop laughing. But no, speaking of getting married, I'm planning a wedding.
Yeah, you are.
Expensive as hell.
Yeah, you said it was what, 15 grand?
15 grand.
Just for like the location or what?
The venue that supplies everything, like food and all like the important stuff, except music, photography, and flowers.
Okay. Would it be cheaper to do like just the venue and then like do the other stuff, like the food and stuff on your own?
Food is give or take like $48 a person.
Yeah.
So like we want max like 115 people.
That's over $5,000 on food.
Yeah. So like we're trying to find like a happy median, but like 15 grand for a girl that I don't even know if I want to marry yet is like,
you better make that fucking decision.
That's such a commitment,
soon, man.
Because her ring was already a couple thousand.
Yeah.
Like now I gotta spend another couple thousand.
Is that still a thing that people do, where like it's supposed to be like 3 months of your salary on a ring?
Judging that I was at IHOP
making $12.
Yeah, I mean making $12 a day. No, but thankfully I had a savings account that had a comma in it, and I could just
just one comma.
And I just blew my money on that, and I'm still recovering till this day.
Never bounce back.
No, because now that she has a ring, she thinks she gets Chili's every day of the week.
And you know what the thing is she does.
No, she does
You enable it
every single time.
You're an enabler.
We started this new thing where it's called "If you want it, you pay for it."
Yeah.
And
the best.
I have a video. I explained to her what the thing was. I go, babe, I can't keep spending money on food. Mm-hmm. So if you want it, you pay for it.
Yeah.
Not 10 minutes later, I have a video of us walking out of my house. Being like, guess where we're going?
Yep.
Chili's, and guess who's paying?
You.
Sydney.
Oh, surprising.
Yeah, she stuck to it for one day. The next day we're at Cracker Barrel
and you're paying
for breakfast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've noticed definitely ring Sydney is way different than non-ring Sydney. Non-ring Sydney was very considerate and loving. Ring Sydney just thinks who she is.
I can't wait for the fight that's gonna come after this episode is done right now. Like, I'm gonna be sitting over here editing, and you guys are gonna just be in the background. She's gonna be like, "What the fuck do you think?"
She's gonna be pegging ping pong balls at me.
And you're gonna be like, "Dude, no, it's because you think that you can do whatever you want." And she's gonna be like, "Are you fucking serious?" It's
Oh yeah, no. She'll be like, "I don't wear this ring for no reason."
I've been in the room for enough of these. I know what's gonna happen next.
No, but in all seriousness, I love her to death.
Yeah.
So can't wait to spend the next 6 years of my life with her.
Congratulations on your first marriage.
Thank you. Hope you're at my second.
Yeah, I'll be there. No, I'll be the best man at that one. Yeah. Jojo just comes to this one because like it's the big family one. The next one where it actually matters and you like elope and everything. Yeah. I'll be at that one. Okay, no. So you did this bathroom stuff for the house that you're nannying at.
Yep.
And you're liking these kids. Yeah.
Loving the kids.
Cool.
They're 9. No, I'm sorry. They're 8, 10, and 11 or 12. Yeah. 8, 10, 12.
And you said that the youngest is the girl.
Yes, Lizzie is the girl.
So the boys are in prime video game stage.
Easy.
Yeah.
Do their chores, play video games the rest of the day. They don't ask me for shit.
Fuck yeah.
I do have to, like, sometimes I can, like, hang out in my room. And if they need me, they'll come down and get me.
Yeah.
But Camden, the oldest one, they're all adopted. So they all have very different backgrounds.
Okay.
They're all related. But the way the foster care system works is they weren't together. Yeah, they weren't going through that. Yeah. So Camden was at this house, and Cole was at that house, and Lizzie was at this house. Sure. And they all moved houses. They all went. So they all grew up at the same time, but in completely different environments. So they all are very different. And if I leave Camden out of my sight for a little bit, the house may or may not be on fire. That was the one warning I got. She was like, yeah, she goes, the kids will be fine with you. She goes, but Camden likes to start fires.
What the Okay.
And so that's his chore every day.
Is to not start a fire?
No, I make him go outside and I make him start a fire. I give them a cardboard box.
Oh
They have a fire pit in the backyard. I give them a cardboard box, or I give them something. I go light this on fire. Get out of your system. Freaking kid opens. I've never seen a kid more prepared in my life. I go set this on fire. Opens the cabinet, pulls out the lighter, he runs to the dryer, pulls out a lint ball, rolls it up. He goes, I'm going to use this. And throws it in.
God.
Gigantic flame. And he walks in. I go, good? He goes, yeah. And I'm like the dude's a savage.
He goes in and he's like looking at a bunch of different motor oils. And like, as you know, I don't fucking know the difference. But he's looking at him and he knows. He's like, oh, which one do I want today?
Yeah,
like,
no, he's insane.
Yeah.
No, they're all really, really cool kids. Money is better than I expected it would be.
Fuck yeah.
So that's always a plus.
Do you play video games with the boys?
Oh yeah.
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 Do you kick their asses?
Every day. They're not winning.
Undefeated.
They're not winning. I think it builds character when you lose every day of your life.
It's gonna make them sad.
And the 8-year-old loves to play Uno.
You beat her ass in that too.
I wipe the floor with her.
Yeah.
She might as well just be a mop.
You were telling me because like when it's 2 people, it's like you can just keep skipping her.
Oh yeah, so if I get like a skip and a rotate and like a +4, I'm 3. That's 3 turns in a row right there because there's no one else to go to.
Fucking forget about it.
And she's like, but the funniest thing about Lizzie, and it's the cutest thing ever. And I got to show you some pictures on my phone. I'll show you pictures for the podcast effect.
Yeah.
Lizzie's 8, and obviously through the foster. I'm assuming it's through the foster care system is when she just didn't like learn to read like an 8-year-old.
Okay,
so she's a
little behind.
She's a little behind. She's brilliant just in every other way. She just struggles a little bit with her reading.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where is this picture? So the funniest thing though that I've seen that all week was Lizzie loves to play headbands.
Okay.
We have the headband with the card with the words, and you have to try to act it out.
Yeah, she wore a crown and she came down in a bubble.
Yes,
dog. Yeah.
yes. That's the backstory of that video.
Yeah.
But the funniest thing about Lizzie is that she puts the card on my headband, and I put the card on her headband, and I can see her little brain working so hard to like learn the word. So she's like mouthing it to me, and stuff, and it's just me just dealing with it. like I think this one has turn signal and teapot as a card.
Yeah.
And she was like, just guess. She was like, I can't read it. And it was like, it's so cute. But yeah, no, I don't let the kids win.
No.
They need to learn themselves.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I used to do that to Tyler when he was younger, and he did not like that either because, you know, he's a kid and he wants to win. But I think that if I could go back and like do what was right as like a brother, I would probably like let him win sometimes.
Yeah.
Like just, you know, cuz you know, it's a good feeling and it's fucking inconsequential. Like what is my 8-year-old brother going to go and like as I'm 14 like go and tell people that he fucking beat me in a video game? Who's going to give a shit? Like nobody.
Me.
Yeah. But like yeah, I mean, I think that he would have benefited from that, but also I think that now he like has kind of like become like, you know, competitive in that way where like it's healthy, it's not like bad, and I think that like, you know, and he's better at video games than I am now, like which, you know, but no, I mean that's good though. It's good that like the kids are cool, and it's good that like the pay is good and that you're like enjoying it and all that.
Yeah, it's fun. Like it's not easy by any means. Like, I really started appreciating my mom a lot more.
Yeah.
Because, like, I was telling you upstairs, like, they like to make noise.
Just for fun.
Just so they can hear themselves.
Yeah.
And today we went to Walmart, and I bought everything for, like, I spent, like, $100 on the bathroom.
Stuff and all that, yeah.
And I, like, just parked the cart, and I'm, like, starting to scan stuff. And I just see the price go up. Like, just keep going up. And I'm, like, not touching anything, but things are being scanned. And I look behind. Lizzie has the gun, and she's just shooting shit out.
No.
She's just boom, boom, boom. And I had to get the lady cancel, like, 12 items. I go, Lizzie, sweetheart, we only have 4 light bulbs. There's 16 of them on the screen right now. And she goes, they're out. They're out. And I was like, no, that's not how it works.
No.
But, no, they love to help. But they help in the most inconvenient way.
Yeah, of course.
But they're and they're just young, so like it's so cute though because I'm like watching like my price go up and I'm not scanning anything and at least just knocking shit out in the cart. But I'm like, all right. But no, it's fantastic. Best job I've had yet.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
speaking of jobs, I have made my return to Sonic.
Yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 3 shifts in. I close again tomorrow. I have like an 8-hour shift, and then
4 to 12.
Mm-hmm.
Or
4 to 12, and then I'm doing like a fucking 4-hour shift on Sunday because I'm taking one of the 15-year-olds that got fired shift, and I'm like not gonna span it out all day.
No,
because
take your money and leave.
Collect coin and leave. Yeah, so I took that's who I've been taking shifts from all week, but like I've just been extending them because I'm not a child, so I can do what I want.
And they'll let you do it.
Yeah, they don't fucking care. And yeah, so I'm working like 4 days straight, or well, I guess no. Because I worked on Thursday and today, and I'm working until Tuesday, so I'm working like 5 days straight. Which in fast food can be a lot with like being on your feet, like just for that long. But no, it's been fine. I surprisingly haven't had like a really shitty customer yet, which has been good. There's the people who were like stupid, but it hasn't been anything terrible yet. I had a $53 order last night during swim team. Made me think of you.
Why?
6 number 2s.
Oh, really?
It wasn't that. It wasn't 6 number 2s, but it made me think of the 6 number 2s thing.
There's 2, I think, I have 3 iconic stories at Sonic, I think. The 6 number 2s, the mustard packets, and when Rachel threw a Dr. Pepper at me.
Yeah. Well, okay, so since I brought it up, tell the 6 number 2s.
So, when I used to work at Sonic, I was on drive-thru.
I think I was there. I was there this night, but I went to go buy bananas for the store.
So you were gone.
Yeah, so you were, okay.
So there's a family, comes up to the speaker, and they go, "Hey, can we have 6 number 2s?" I go 6 number 2s, and they go, "Yeah." I go, "Okay," and they go, "We make all those large." I go, 6 large number 2s, and I'm saying all this to them because I'm like in shock because the burgers are not small,
they're not cheap.
But to be fair, the family was not small either. And they go, "Yeah, with large fries." I go, "Okay," and they go, "Can we get 6 large peach slushes?" I go, 6 large peach slushes, and they go, "Yeah." I go, "Okay, your total's $1,000."
Hold on, because my favorite part, you're missing my favorite part of this, is that every time that they're telling you things, they're like 6 large number 2s, and you go, "You want 6 large number 2s?" And they go, "Yeah," and you go, "Are you sure?"
I question them. I question
every single thing.
order. 6 large fries. Are you sure?
So they get through 6 large number 2 combos, and a large number 2 combo is what, like $9. So this total comes out to around $54, $55.
Yeah. So they pull up. Big dude in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
Big lady in the back seat.
Big son in the passenger seat.
Big son.
Yeah.
And whatever's growing out of his chest.
Oh, no.
Probably another sibling.
Oh my god.
They all pull up to the window. They hand me a card.
Yeah.
And I swipe the card. I run it normal.
Yeah.
Walk into the shift the next day, and Kobe pulls me aside, the general manager, and King, who wants to stab me in the neck.
For embarrassing him.
And he goes, "Hey, did you take an order last night for 6 large number 2s?" I go, "Are you sure?" and they were like, "Yeah, that card was stolen." So they're like, "Did you swipe it or type it in?" And I was like, "I swiped it. Why? What happens if I type it in?" They go, "Well, if you type it in, then you're also responsible and you can get like fined and like imprisoned." I said, "What the fuck?" I go, "Are you sure?" and they're like, "Yeah," but yeah, they stole the card from like some lady in like Alabama.
Like some little lady. Was it Alabama or was it Arkansas? I remember being Arkansas for some reason.
Alabama sticks out in my head.
It was a little old lady from like an A state.
It was a state no one cares about.
Yeah.
Both Alabama and Arkansas.
Yeah. No, either way.
But yeah, I was like, but first of all, even if it was Arkansas, who's that hungry to drive to Swanee, Georgia for 6 large number 2s?
Yeah.
No. It was, and I was like, and it was like so weird because I was like, dude, if I type that number in just for like doing my job,
yeah,
like no, like the cops wouldn't have cared. They're like, well, you typed it in.
Well, you did.
I'm like, how the hell am I supposed to know though?
That's crazy. Yeah, but no, I had like a $53 order during swim night last night, and it made me think of that, and I was like, huh. Are you sure? But I didn't even take the order. I just like saw them pull up, and I was like, okay, what do they have? Holy fuck! It was like 2 rows. I was like, holy fucking shit. When I handed them everything, it was in like 2 or 3 bags, and they were like, this is everything? I was like, God, I really fucking hope so. Like, I don't know what I would tell you if it wasn't. No, I mean, but it's been fine. There are, I mean, it's a lot of the old crew, you know. Yeah. So, it's enough of the old crew, and I've been working with people that I mostly enjoy being around, and we have fun with, and the other people aren't enough for it to like ruin my day or anything.
Yeah.
So it's been fine. I think that I'm in a better state of mind now, and we were talking about it in the first attempt to make this clip. But like I feel like when I was like first starting to work there, and for that first couple of years there, like because of partially who I am as a person with like not wanting to disappoint people and being a people pleaser and all that, and then also just like with how I was raised to like always give 125% or whatever the fuck, and like not and to always put like my best work forward and whatever else, like, and especially because it was for a paycheck, like I was earning money, and so I really wanted to like not do anything to jeopardize that.
Yeah.
And I think like if I was to think back on it now, I don't think there was ever a moment where I could have done anything bad enough to get fired for, especially considering some of the shit that other people got away with like back in that time. I think like so I think it would have been fine, but like I really just always wanted to be the best employee I could be. I always wanted to be making my case to get a raise and to not get fired, which and so I think that because of that I took things a lot more seriously than most fucking 16-year-olds would at a fast food job.
I'm glad that we don't work together anymore.
Yeah,
because I feel like we did our friendship when it lasted.
Maybe
as
not.
Good as it was.
Not yet.
Because when we worked together, we used to butt heads a lot.
I think that we worked together just long enough to know that we should never work together again in that capacity.
Yeah.
And
at least not in a place where you only work in like a 10x10 area.
Exactly. Yeah. No, and especially in like a stressful like fast food-esque environment. Like that's and also I think we worked together long enough to know that. But not too long that it had any lasting effects, and like long enough that we have like these ridiculous stories and like they're fucking hilarious. But yeah, I think that like I have gotten to a point now where I'm like, okay, I know that I'm good at this job. Like even having been gone for 2 years, like coming back to it, I got the hang of it again immediately. And like I was training somebody again today, and I was like, cool, like this is like nothing ever happened. So I just think that like now I know, like I'm more confident in like who I am. And I feel like I'm being paid better, like, and more appropriately. And, and I just am not so worried about, like, old folks in the drive-thru anymore. Like, I'm going to obviously take good care of them. But if they get upset with me, I know that what it comes down to is that it's not me. It's they're mad at whoever cooked the food wrong, or they're mad at whoever is taking too long to make the ice cream, or they're mad at their kid, or they're mad at somebody at their job. But the person that they can take it out on is the person standing in the window who can't say anything back to them because
or so they think
and most likely wouldn't, because even I've never really felt that inclined to say anything back to anybody, or at least not to a point where I actually end up doing it. So I mean, like I think that like that's what I've realized in my time away, and even in my time at Target, is like these people are projecting because they know that they have like this certain level of power by being the customer, and by dealing with a young employee especially, where like this is like my life, this is my job, like this is my only money, like like that sort of deal. So I think that it's gonna be fine. Like it's been better so far, and I survived a swim night where we had half the people we used to have on a swim night. So I think I can fucking survive anything for the rest of the summer now.
I think everybody should work in fast food.
Absolutely.
For at least a few months. I know my son or my kids are gonna work in fast food, just not because I want them to suffer, just because I want them to earn the respect for the people.
Well, I want them to suffer a little bit, but not like out of a sadistical thing, like out of the exact same reason.
I want you to know that whether the teachers at your school who are like, oh, if you drop out, you're gonna work at McDonald's, like whether like they think of this as like the lowest tier job possible, which it's not.
It's really
there's
not.
Work like you could be like the people walking around in the sewers like through people's shit all day, which I'm sure pays more than a fast food job, but I'm sure it's not as enjoyable. But like to this day, like I could wait in a drive-thru for like 20 minutes, and the guy would be like, I'm like, dude, I don't give a shit. I go, where am I going?
Where am I going? Like I clearly had time to come and sit here.
I'm 22 years old. Where am I going?
No,
I go, I'm like, I'm not late for a conference.
And like the only thing that I ever get stressed out about, like the only time it ever like bothers me, is if I'm running late somewhere and then I know that it's not on them, it's on me because I didn't give myself enough time, or my life didn't give me enough time. So I'm not gonna get mad at them because like that's just the situation I'm in. So like and like when I have a kid, I'm definitely gonna encourage them to get a fast food job or a serving job or something, because it builds that character and it builds that respect. And I mean, I've even seen it in like the way that more so my mom, not as much my dad, but even a little bit my dad. Like, but the way my parents like treat like fast food employees and treat like kids my age that are working in any retail or fast food or food in general, like it's just changed. Like they seem to have gained that respect too, or at least regained it. Because I know my dad worked in fast food when he was around our age, and like my mom worked in retail when she was growing up. Like they have the same experiences and shit. But after a while, you don't remember what you went through. Like you don't remember. Like I still remember the nights where I was like essentially crawling through my front door after like a 10 or 11 or 12-hour shift at Sonic, where I barely got off my feet, barely got to take a moment to breathe, had done like $2,000 on the drive-through, like was covered in fucking ice cream, smelled like French fries and like all that bullshit. Like I still remember that very vividly. But will I in 20 years? Probably not.
No.
But I hope that I keep the respect that I have now to where, like you said, like when things, things can take fucking forever. And even if I'm mad about it, I'm not mad at them. I'm mad at just like something else that's causing it.
Yeah, it's also our generation. I think our generation just has more respect.
Yeah.
Through all like fields of life.
Yeah.
Because like I've never been yelled at by a teenager.
No.
I've only been yelled at by really, really fucking old people.
I've met some asshole teenagers, but they're not like assholes to me. They're just like assholes.
They're just assholes. But it's just adults and the elderly people who get really upset. Teenagers, they're like snarky, but they're teenagers. But they're never. So I think it's just our generation that just has more respect in for all fields.
Yeah.
But
I mean, even just today, like I had a customer today, or just two. It was a guy and I guess his girl in the car, and they got like a couple other things, but they got like they got combos, but they got blasts for their drinks instead of like a regular soda.
I hate them.
Yeah, but they it was rung up as 2 Snickers blasts, so that's what was made. And I hand them to him, and he's like, "Do you know which one is which?" And I'm like, "Oh, they both got rung up as Snickers." And he's like, "Oh, well, I wanted mine to be Butterfinger, but it's no big deal. I like Snickers too, so it's cool. Like, I'll just eat it." I was like, "Are you sure, dude? Like, I will tell them to remake it. Like, it's not, like, it'll take 2 minutes." He was like, "Nah, dude, you're good. I like Snickers. Don't worry about it."
Yeah.
Drove away.
Yep.
Like, that's, and there are situations where it does need to be fixed, whether it's an allergy thing or a dietary restriction or whatever the fuck. But, like, when it's something like that, it's cool to see people just being like, "Nah, like I'll make it work,"
That's me though. Like, I can order something at a restaurant, and if I don't get it, whatever I get, I'm eating it.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining. I know the cooks get backed up.
Yeah.
I know the servers get backed up. I know I ordered steak. I got chicken. Who fuck cares?
Cool, I like chicken. Fuck it. Yeah.
And Sydney will step up though and be like, "Excuse me, sir. He did not order the chicken. He ordered the steak cooked medium rare, seasoned lightly."
She does it nicely though.
But she does. But I'm like,
but she's the one that does it.
Yeah, no, she.
I saw your tweet where it was like the bunny meme where it's the bulky bunny and then the tiny bunny, and it was like my fiance telling the waiter that they messed up my order, and then like you were in the background as the small bunny.
She is not only a tier 2 man, but she has balls of steel. I have the most styrofoam nuts.
Styrofoam balls
ever.
Yeah.
But no, but it's good to especially if I'm by myself.
Yeah.
Like the server could spit on my chest. I'd be like, "I was in your way. I'm so sorry." But,
absolutely.
But no, Sydney does not stand for it. If I don't get my barbecue sauce or my mayonnaise in 16 seconds, Sydney's like in the kitchen. She pulls the head cook by his ear. She goes, "If you don't give me the fucking barbecue sauce, I swear to..." She pulls the king. She goes, "I'll stab you in your fucking
neck."
Yeah, no, but
fuck yeah.
But yeah.
Woo. Yeah. I mean, it's been a pretty crazy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Dude, she's only gonna be around for 6 more.
6 more years of this fucking bullshit. Okay, so we're gonna start wrapping up, but we almost forgot. I'm not gonna let this go unnoticed. It is the anniversary of a very special day. So, do you want to tell this story about what popped up on the time hop today?
Of course, we are in so this episode will come out June 8th. So June 7th was the best day of my life.
June 7th, 2018, the greatest day.
So I used to work at IHOP, and I was on lunch. So First of all, I clock in at 9 o'clock. And I walk to the back room to go to the door, right? To go in the kitchen. And in the back, like, room where all the tables are and stuff, like, the patrons can eat, there's a guy in a suit talking to, like, a family of 5 or 6 people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, it's probably, like, a business thing. Obviously, the guy's in a suit. Like,
of course,
he's doing
being
something.
a suit man.
Yeah, he's doing something. So that's 9 o'clock, whatever. Don't bat an eye about it. I go on lunch around 1 o'clock. Just go throughout the entire day. Go to lunch. And I go to the back room where they're sitting because that's where we have to eat. And I'm eating my egg sandwich. And they're still talking. And I'm like, dude, what have you been talking about for the past, 4 hours? I was like, you're in an IHOP.
Like, what could you... Yeah.
And I'm like... Actually, by this time, it's probably closer to 6 hours. Like, what... If you're in a suit, don't you have an office? Don't you
have somewhere that you can be doing this?
Don't you have a place to be? No, but they weren't bothering anyone. During the weekdays, people aren't allowed to sit back there, so I'm assuming it was important.
Yeah.
But I'm eating my egg sandwich in the same room. The guy's talking. I'm just listening. And I'm, going in and out of, paying attention. But then eventually I'm like, dude, this guy sounds so familiar to me. And I was like, was he a baseball coach or something? I'm like, where do I know this guy? So I'm racking my brain. I'm still eating, and he starts passing out papers, and he starts talking the law, the lawyer shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, so when the defendant and the prosecution, and we'll make sure the jury does this and blah.
I can't believe it took 6 hours for him to get to the meat and potatoes of what he was doing.
I don't know. Maybe I have no idea, what the concept of it was, but obviously, I'm not sure he actually was talking jury and prosecution. But he was talking about words in the court that I recognized.
Yeah,
I worked in the court. So I was like, okay. I was like, huh. I was like, I don't know why this guy sounds familiar. And then it finally fucking hits me, halfway through my egg sandwich, that who is it behind me? But none other than the Atlanta icon, John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan, in an IHOP for 6 hours. I almost dropped my sandwich. I called Sydney immediately, and I said, guess who I met? And she goes, I didn't even meet him.
Yeah, you lied.
I'm like, guess who was 12 feet away from me, talking to everyone except me?
Yeah.
John fucking Morgan
of Morgan & Morgan.
And she was like, no. And she got so much joy out of it. And I was like, you're getting joy? I go, I know Jarod will get joy out of this. So I call you. Same fucking story.
Now, when you laid that shit on me, when you told me that it was John, because I just had no idea.
No,
you were telling me, and I'm like, you're like, okay, who is this gonna be? Because you had met Franz's mom, right?
Chris's mom.
Chris from Attila's mom was a regular at the time, so I was like, oh, did Chris from Attila come in? No. And you're like, no. So get this, and then you tell me all this shit, and when you tell me it's John Morgan and Morgan and Morgan, I think that I about dropped my phone on the fucking ground,
The most iconic Atlanta lawyer, billboards everywhere, but he sounded so. I'm like, dude, I know this voice.
Yeah,
I was like, I fucking know this voice. John Morgan
of Morgan and Morgan.
I mean, it could have been Ken Nugent, and I wouldn't have given a shit.
But it was John
Morgan. You have your last name in your firm twice. Get with it.
Yeah,
I love it.
I was telling people about this when I drove them to the airport because they were talking about local icons of theirs that are on billboards everywhere, and because two of the people that I was driving in the same car, I think were both from Texas, so they were talking about somebody, and so I told them this story, and they were like, "Huh, where's the other Morgan?" I was like, "Couldn't fucking tell you." Could not fucking tell you. No. And then literally right as I wrapped up the story, we drove past a John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan billboard with his fucking face plastered on it.
Of course.
And I wasn't even looking at it. I was just looking out at the road and telling them about this. And then one of the girls in the back seat goes, "Oh yeah, there's a Morgan & Morgan billboard." And I went, "Holy fucking shit.
Damn
He's
right.
everywhere." It's insane. Yeah, that's... So happy that we're doing this today. So happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, John Morgan.
Happy anniversary, John Morgan. You have no fucking idea how much we love you. This episode is not sponsored by Morgan & Morgan, but give us a call.
Please do. Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah.
2 weeks is going to be awesome. Carson is on. Cannot wait.
I can't wait to have Carson on. It's going to be
wait.
so fucking cool. I'm really fucking excited for the album. It's going to be weird because we're going to be talking about the album in a future tense, but then by the time the episode comes out, the album will be out. But regardless, but we did that on purpose. And so that does it. Yeah.
That wraps up episode 5.
Episode 5. We've got a handful of these fucking things. So thank you. We'll be back again soon. And well, you know when we come back. Fucking next Saturday, baby. Let's do it, baby.
Every Saturday, 11 o'clock. Every platform now except SoundCloud.
Yeah, we're no longer on SoundCloud because you get like a limited amount of time.
Yeah, we get
free.
3 hours to upload.
And 2 of our episodes that already like pushed that pretty fucking hard. And it's like what? It's
$12 a month to upload unlimitedly, and we didn't get enough feedback on SoundCloud to worry about it.
No.
But there's 12 other platforms that you can find us on, so no excuse.
And thank you to the people who have been tuning in on Apple Podcasts. I've been seeing the numbers go up on that quite a bit, and so that's been cool. Whether you're listening on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, or any of the other dozen platforms that we're on, it does mean the world to us, and we're excited to keep growing this thing. And getting the new microphone was like a big step.
Yeah, it was. Eventually, we'll be getting the camera. We'll film it, and our YouTube videos will be up.
Yeah, we swung and missed on it the first try because the camera was shit.
It sounded real bad,
but it's no big deal. You know, it's a minor setback, and then we'll figure it out.
A minor setback for a major comeback.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, that does it for episode 5. You know where to find us. You already have. So wherever you're listening, thank you. We'll see you next time. Thanks for jumping off the cliff with us.
Take care of yourselves.